Hello out there, my name is Dan and I want to make a devlog about a game I'm working on that is called UpWakeNing, but from a perspective of a self-taught developer with no to limited experience prior and no relevant education. Also I will cover what I've done from the idea stage to development stage and finally to release. I have no experience in running a business, let alone releasing a game, but if any of my experience can be helpful to you, then that's already a huge success for me personally. So when I started with this game, I had two criteria for making this game. First was that it needed to touch the player's emotion on some level. I didn't just want to make a game, release it and then job's done. I remember Final Fantasy IX as the game that managed to really touch my emotion. Until this day, I'll probably never forget that game. For those who have played it, you remember when Vivi sees his kin die and then his ending monologue? Damn, I really remember feeling extremely sad, but with a hint of bitter sweetness. Moving forward, the second point was that it needs to be a scale where I could finish it within reasonable time. Prior this, two of my friends and I tried to make a game which we thought was scaled down to a makeable point, but we kept adding to it and yeah, you kinda know the story. Suddenly it just became too big. Eventually I decided that the emotion I wanted to touch was frustration. Why frustration though? I think it was a combination of that it was my first game, so a game with a character and story development was too big of a scale for me alone. At the same time, I always loved to watch people playing stuff like Cat Mario, Getting Over It and other similar games, as it's first of all entertaining, but also when watching your friends play those kind of games, seeing and listening to how they unleash their frustration was amazing, not at all malicious. So I decided on a theme which was sleep paralysis and nightmarish, which would fit well with the emotion frustration, because at least from my own experience, when I have sleep paralysis, I usually feel frustrated over my helplessness. I hate it when I can't move when I want to move, and especially during nightmares, when I tend to run away from something. It's like physics are against me, so I have to lean myself with my face almost touching the ground before I can get some speed when I'm running away. Due to that, UpWakeNing is physics driven, which is enhanced in the sense that you are a player who is stuck in a box. Too much velocity plus a little angle and it'll start rolling. Playing the prototype, it's obvious that I was heavily inspired of Getting Over It. Getting basic movement was easy, you can only jump. The jump velocity is depending on how long you hold down space and you release it towards your cursor, so you basically have a 360-degree angle. Simple-ish. There were some issues with the player if standing on the edge, I wouldn't register on the ground, so I spent a couple of hours and 100 Google searches to fix this issue. With a few placeholder items, I quickly had a prototype with a player who could jump around and had to jump from place to place to get over certain obstacles to get to where they want to. So this is going to be it for this episode. If you like or dislike the video, hit the buttons and let me know what you like or didn't like, or maybe just have questions in the comments below. If you want to join in my journey from being an amateur developer to still an amateur developer but indie style, then make sure you hit that subscribe and bell button to get notified when the next episodes get released. Until then, stay safe.